Hey, if you're sitting there waiting for the broadcast to start, it'll be 3 more minutes. We're waiting for Fred to get on. He's got a little technology challenge. But we're doing the presentation whether he gets here or not, and then I'll give him the recording. Just hang out for 3 more minutes if you're waiting. Getting started in 2 minutes, everyone. Two minutes. Getting started in 2 minutes. One more minute, guys, and we'll get started. Waiting to see if Fred can get back on. He lost his connection. Be right back. Okay, everybody. Fred's not here. He lost his connection, but we are going to get started. Be right back. Hey, everybody, it's Rick Silva, and Fred is not here. Fred has having some technology issues, so we're going to get started. When Fred gets on, we'll load him up. But my name's Rick Silva. I'm the creator of the One Referral Away referral coaching program, and I'm a referral coach primarily for 4 industries: financial planners, insurance, mortgage, real estate agents. Fred's getting on. As soon as he gets on, we're going to load him in. Hey, Fred. Well, you're locked up, but we're gonna.
How are you? Sorry, I'm late.
No problem.
Murphy's Law. Computer always crashes when you need it to work.
No problem. Hey, let's do this. This might help you, Fred. If you want to turn your video off and just have the audio on, your camera, because it'll save your bandwidth. But I'm going to get started. I was just starting the presentation, so if you want to save your bandwidth, you can turn your camera off. I'm going to mute you, and we're going to get ready to rock and roll here, okay? So here we go. If you have any questions, anyone has any questions, you can type them in the questions bar. But Fred, what we're going to do for you today. So Fred's a financial planner, and Fred had a question for me. And that question was, how can I get more out of my networking group? And before I can help you get more of a networking group, I got to help you kind of understand what networking is. So today is going to be basically what I call the networking blueprint. It's going to lay out the foundation for everything a networker should be doing. Now, I'm not going to go deep in any one of the topics. I'm just going to lay out the entire game plan. So I want you to imagine a fire hose, and I'm going to turn the fire hose on and imagine it hitting you in the face. This is what I'm about to give you. I'm going to overload you with so much information on networking. I'm going to make you a very dangerous networker. If you're a financial planner, again, financial planner, insurance, real estate, or mortgage, the concepts are almost exactly the same for those four industries. So I'm sorry, I got technology blowing up on my face here. There we go. Okay, so let's begin. So again, my name is Rick Silva. Just real quick about my past, and then we'll get into the training. It's good to know who your trainer is, where he's been, what he's done. Just it might help you understand this path I've been on to learn networking, to become quite wealthy from it, from nothing to quite wealthy from these skills. And I was able to take my wife from a lower performer to a top performer in a company with these skills. And there's nothing, no secrets. I'm giving you everything that we did. I'm not going deep, again, like I said, on any one topic. I'm going to give you all the topics. So I used to work for Eastman Kodak, and then I worked for Cisco Systems. I rode a wave of fame and fortune in the dot-com world, and then that world crashed during the dot-com crash. I started doing yellow pages. I was selling jewelry. And 17 years ago, last week, I started running networking groups. So I facilitated well over 1,000 networking groups. I've met so many successful people and started to ask them, how did you get good at networking? How did you get good at networking? I have 2 courses on networking. One's an essentials course, the basics of networking, and one's about power partnering. I'm a one-on-one referral coach, and I bring in most of the business from my wife's real estate business, where we help people invest in land. In 2008, I was homeless, living in my office. I had gotten divorced, and I got divorced February 12th, 2008. My house decided to go under market. We couldn't sell it. So I had to move out, went through the whole thing, losing all my clients, all my money, and starting over. And I went from that to not being broke in the last 10 years. So I've had over 6,000 one-on-one coffee meetings. And I don't even know how many I've done since COVID, hundreds of one-on-one social media meetings, facilitated well over 1,000 networking groups. In 2008, this was me, empty pockets, bankrupt. That's the car that got repossessed. That was my dream Cadillac that got repossessed. That's the office that I had. And it's a converted bedrooms in a mansion. So those are 2 bedrooms in a mansion. And they had closets. I put my clothes in the closet. And that's the futon I slept on for 7 months in my office, homeless, showering at the gym for 7 months. I've shared this stage with Les Brown when I was broke. When I knew these concepts work, I knew I could make people rich. I knew I could get rich from it. I just had to keep going and going and going. And I figured it out. And I'm going to show you today what I figured out. I can help you build your referral-based practice. So since being homeless, I met my wife, Marcella. She helps people invest in land. I was able to teach her how to network and build that business. We've been to Tahiti 3 times. That's Santorini on a cruise ship. We've been all over the world 6 times. I want to show you how you can have trips like this, how you can make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year working 10 or 15 hours a week. That's kind of my life. So I want to show you how I did it and what I did to get there. I'm going to show you how to build a network. Step 1, before I can show you how to build a network, this is a story that was given to me. I met one of my mentors, and he was teaching me something new. And he said, Rick, I know you got a big ego. I know you've done a lot in your life. You shared the stage with Les Brown. You signed autographs. But he goes, in my world, you don't know anything. So unless you can take that 10-gallon ego hat off and set it by the door, I can't make you rich. So what I'm going to ask you to do until this presentation's done, or if you're watching it on record, by the way, thank you very much for being here. If you're watching this on record, until this presentation's done, let's just assume that you don't know anything about networking, that everything you thought about networking, maybe not wrong, but maybe with some shifts, it could be a lot better. Okay. So if you think you're good at networking, if you think you got it all figured out, if you think, let me grab one of these. If you think handing out a business card is networking, you're in the right place, because it is not networking. So we're going to talk about that today. So if you can drop the ego, I can make you a lot of money. So we're going to now talk about the 4 ways to build business. Okay. Now I've got a lot of slides, so I'm going to pick up the pace here. We've got a lot to cover. Again, for those of you watching live, I'm not going to go super deep on any one topic. I'm going to lay a blueprint, kind of like if you open up your plans and you see everything that encompasses networking. I'm going to try to cover most of that today. So this is your networking pipeline. Now, no matter what you do to get your business, it's social media, funnels, emails, cold calling, advertising, radio, TV, I don't care what it is, it falls under one of these 4 categories. Now, the 2 on the left are red. The cold calling is red. The advertising is red. And then you notice, let me take this banner off real quick here. I'm going to take both banners off. Here we go. So you'll notice on the left-hand side, cold calling and advertising is red. The red means stress and money. So cold calling is stressful. It's powerful if you're good at it, but it will not build a long-term career. I've never met anybody who earned 7 figures or even 500,000 or 600,000 that's still banging the phones. Maybe they did it in the beginning, but you will not build a long-term career by cold calling, because you cold call, make a sale. Guess what? You're unemployed again. You got to cold call, make another sale. You're unemployed again. It's in the long term, it's the worst thing you could do for your business to pick up the phone. It's also, if you've been in business a long time and you're still picking up the phone, it tells people things. It tells people you're not that successful. It tells people no one's sending you referrals, because if you had a lot of referrals coming in, you wouldn't have time to be picking up the phone. So, and then advertising is great if you're unbelievable at pre-screening and figuring out where the leads came from and controlling costs and all that good stuff. But I want you to remember something, one thing. When you advertise, you're commoditized. If you do anything where you're outreaching for leads, you're commoditized. The first question someone's going to ask you if they found you via lead is, how much? What do you charge? How much? How much? How much? What do you charge? What do you charge? If you build a referral-based practice, the last question they ask is how much. When you advertise, you're commoditized. So you cold call or you do advertising. Word of mouth is, Fred, I know you can't hear me, and that's okay. But before you were a financial planner, you were something else. And every person, okay, I know you can hear me. Every person who is doing what they're doing now probably did something before. They were in another industry before. When you went from your previous industry, for instance, with Fred, when he went from his previous industry to being a financial planner, he told everyone he knew. Okay. Now, that's word of mouth. That's going to run out. What's not going to run out is networking. And I'm going to start going into what networking is and how you build your network and all that good stuff. But I want you to understand there's 4 ways to build in business. I like the blue side because I get to talk to people. I teach them how to send me referrals. The close rate is 10 times higher. You don't get people canceling on you constantly. If you have a lead-based business, your cancel rate, you probably get more canceled in stand-up appointments in a month than I get in 10 years. It's just what happens because people don't know who you are. Okay, so let me build the whole picture here for you. You do these 4 things. You do cold calling, word of mouth, advertising, networking. Great, awesome. And that brings the leads and referrals in. We pre-screen, pre-close. We make sure we can even help them. And then we make sales. Now, our job as a professional networker is to teach some, if not all of these people, how to become part of our non-commissioned, non-salaried sales force. Now that leads into elevator speech, which I am not doing today. I have multiple videos on elevator speech. If you want to build a 10-story building, you got to go 5 floors down. You want to build a 1-story house, you only have to go about 5 or 6 feet down in the foundation. If you want to build a very strong network, you need a very deep foundation. The foundation of your network is your elevator speech. If you need more information about that, I got tons of videos on it. Just contact me. I'll throw this banner up real quick, this one. And you can see across the bottom of the screen is my email address. If you want to email me any questions you have about networking, any help you need, that's where you can contact me directly. Okay. So how you can benefit, again, this goes back to you have to have a really good foundation if you want to build, and that's mentally and having the right scripts, the right emails, the pre-screen, your presentation. When you meet a power partner or a client, you have to have really good presentations that are constantly pre-selling, pre-framing throughout the presentation. So I want to talk to you real quick about the difference between selling, marketing, and networking. Again, this is mentality stuff. If you don't have this down, you're going to be selling when you should be networking. You're going to be marketing when you should be selling. Let's talk about the definition. So the definition of selling is first and foremost a transaction between the seller and the prospective buyer or buyers. Selling is the art of persuading the consumer that buying the product or service will benefit him. Selling is a process by which one person guides other people's behavior along a path in a desired direction, culminating in the purchase of a product or service. Whew, here's the short version. The short version is you got a contract and you hand them a pen and they sign on the dotted line. That's selling. Okay. Marketing is an organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers. The ongoing process of moving people closer to making a sale, to making a decision to purchase or to use one of your products. Marketing builds the credibility between you and the product. We call it a trust bridge. We have marketing, we have the product. How are we going to get them over here? Testimonials, case studies, videos that are going to educate them along the way, giving them the confidence to then sign the contract. Marketing brings in leads. Marketing does not bring in referrals. Okay. Networking. I feel that networking is through the law of reciprocity. So we have 6 laws we have to understand. The law of reciprocity is a system in which you help others reach their personal and professional goals, knowing that in return you'll be helped in reaching yours. That's my favorite quote. So we want to talk a little bit now about networking groups. So regarding networking groups, those of you that are in BNI, I run B2B Gathering. There's lots of other networking groups out there. Now, most people go to networking groups to pitch their stuff and make sales, and that is the absolute wrong mentality to have. You should never go to a networking group thinking about making sales. You shouldn't even go to a networking group, believe it or not, thinking about getting clients or referrals. That should be the farthest thing from your mind. The number one thing you should be doing in a networking group is helping other people build their business, not with your product or service. Your job as a professional networker is to introduce your clients to other service providers and to introduce service providers to service providers. We'll go deeper on that. I'll say it again. Your job in a networking group is to provide service providers for your clients and introduce service providers to service providers. I'm going to go deep on that in a little bit. Number 2, it's a place for you to educate the other members via, let's not get shocked here because I already said it, elevator speech. Through your elevator speech, your job is to create everyone in the room becomes part of your non-commissioned, non-salaried sales force. It's your job to teach them how to sell for you, and it's their job to teach you how to sell for them. And then last and pretty much least, you're in a networking group to get business. Because if you do the first 2 right, you're going to have so much business you don't even know what to do with yourself. And I'm going to get into that. Those of you that do live streams, I'm using StreamYard. I've got 3 screens up. The presentation's on one side, the camera's up there. the other presentations over there. I see the presentation. I see me. There's a lot going on. If you guys want to learn how to live stream and put it all together, again, you can email me at the email address below and I can help you. It's a lot of technology you need to plug together. Some more ideas about networking groups. Have your elevator speech typed out along with power partners. Now, when we were in face-to-face groups, I would recommend that you bring a printout of your elevator speech with power partners below. What are power partners? If you don't know, we're going to go deep on that. That's how we're going to end the presentation today. So, but you, even if you're doing virtual coffee meetings, which basically we're doing one right now, I can put my elevator speech typed with my power partners on the screen. You're also there to learn about other business professionals in your community, and you're there to train your non-commissioned, non-salaried sales force. So how can you help other people in your networking group? Now, I asked a banker this question one time. How can you help other people in the networking group? You know what his answer was? Well, I can get them a small business loan, and then they can buy more equipment, and they can buy more trucks, and they can even blow this wall out in their building and expand their business. And my question was, who does that benefit? And they go, well, it benefits the client. When the client gets a loan, does that benefit you? Well, yeah, I make a commission. Great. Then you're a salesperson. You're not a networker. So if I ever ask somebody, how can you benefit other members of the group? If the answer has anything to do with them serving themselves, then they're in a sales mentality, not a networker mentality. We want to teach people how to be a networker. A networker's answer, if you read the second line, hint, if you're thinking of your product or service, think again. The trick is the other members of the group. Who do you know who can help them professionally or personally? That's it. Who do you know who can help them professionally or personally? Now, if your network's not that big, you're not going to have a lot of people to introduce to them. So I want to help you make your network larger, which is coming up. How many coffee meetings should you be having right now with you not driving anywhere and doing everything virtually? 5 a week is a comical joke. That's a joke. I'm doing, and I don't need to, guys, I hardly need to even work anymore. And I'm doing 5 to 10 a week. So I have so many referrals coming and I can't handle it, but I'm training mortgage lenders how to send us referrals for the land business. I'm teaching people how to network. I'm putting myself in coffee meetings in the groups that I facilitate, which I generally don't ever do, but I don't have to drive anywhere. So I need this face-to-face interaction. If you like talking to other people, networking is going to feed your soul and it feeds mine. So you need to become a semi-professional coffee meeting haver. You better be having a lot of coffee meetings, virtual coffee meetings. You can still have face-to-face meetings. You just got to wear a mask, but you got to be meeting people constantly. Now, people go out, Rick, I have coffee meetings all the time and I'm not building my business. Well, it'll take me 3 or 4 hours to teach you what to do in that coffee meeting. We're not doing that today. If you need help with coffee meetings, my email address is scrolling across the bottom. Send me an email and I'll teach you what to do, what to say, how to build out your entire presentation for coffee meetings. Okay. Other things, don't solicit other members. I mean, don't sell your stuff. Don't sell your stuff. Just ask them questions. Who would they like to meet? Find out who their spheres of influence are. What kind of clients are they looking for? What kind of introductions are they looking for? So my referral system, this is the information I provide when giving a referral. This is what I request. This is what I give. So sometimes people say, I give referrals all the time and I don't know what happens and I never get referrals back. Well, a name and a number is not a referral. So let's get into what a referral actually is. I'm going to blow the screen up here. Hopefully you can see this. The font's a little small, but guess what, everybody? This is being recorded. Not only is it being a live cast, it's being recorded in StreamYard, but I'm also recording it with my Streamcast software. So this is going to be on Facebook, Instagram, and my YouTube channel. You'll be able to get a copy of this, okay? So when I say referral process, if I'm giving you a referral or if I'm receiving a referral, this is the least that I'm going to accept. Okay, so when I give a referral, Fred, if I was going to send you a referral, I'm going to give you the person's name, their company name, their occupation, their phone number, their email address, if they have a website, where do they live, what city they work in, what do they do, What have I told them about you? They said something, and this is why I thought of you, Fred, because they said this. And then when I said that, and I said, hey, I got a guy. Hey, I got a guy. This is what they said. You know what? I do have a financial planner now. I can't even get the guy on the phone. I have been thinking about talking to a different financial advisor. I'm going to put all of that in there. Now, the pause button, your job when you receive a referral is do not call the person. Yes, I said when you get a referral or a lead, don't call them. That's the last thing you do. You get all this information. So somebody sends you, hey, I got a guy. He wants to talk to you, Fred. Send them a form. It doesn't have to be this form, but it should be, do you know about their investable funds? It should be a lot. You got to customize it for yourself, all you financial advisors out there and insurance agents and mortgage lenders and real estate agents. You all should have a pre-screen form. Those 4 industries, if you're getting a name and number and you're calling them, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. Okay. Get all this information. And then the biggie, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, you go on YouTube, you go on LinkedIn, go everywhere you can, research the person, find pictures, see where they like to travel, learn about the person. So then when you meet them and you actually are in a sales presentation, you custom tailored, as an example, if I went on your website, whoever you are watching this, if I went on your website and I saw a lot of pictures of cars, I love cars. So cars are going to come up when I'm talking about myself. If I see a lot of travel photos, I'm going to mention I've been to Tahiti 3 times. I've been to Germany 3 times. I've been to Russia, all over the world. I'm going to start talking about travel, and it's going to knock the barrier down. The reason we need all this information filled out is so we can research the person, and then we can create a sales presentation that knocks down the barriers as quickly as possible. Okay. Just these slides take hours to customize, and I can help you do that. I just did a general one because I can't customize it for you. I don't know who you are. Questions that help you with the referral process. You're meeting with a client or you're meeting with another power partner. These are the types of things you should be asking yourself. Most people go out, they want to build a network. How can I get referrals from this person? How can I get referrals? I got to make no one cares about you. No one cares about your referrals. Nobody cares about you making sales. They don't care about you. People care about themselves. So when I'm meeting with somebody, I'm asking these types of questions. Who do I know that might be of value to this person, whether personally or professionally? Who do I know who'd be of interest to this person? Who do I know to be a source of influence? Oh, that one before it was interest to the person, source of influence. That could be a new mentor, a coach. Who do I know who'd be potentially be a client for this person? Who'd be instrumental in helping us build our relationship? So if you see on the bottom, the financial advisor and the attorney wine example. So this is a real life example that happened in one of my groups about 14 years ago with a financial planner named Rick and an attorney named Lonnie. And if Lonnie ever sees this video, he'll know I'm talking about him right now. In one group, the financial advisor mentions that he lives in the San Ramon Hills and he has a small vineyard in his backyard. In another group, the attorney Lonnie mentioned he goes to Berkeley and they buy lots of grapes and then they mix it together and then the winemaker makes wine for them. Completely separate groups. They don't even know each other. And they both mentioned wine in a group. So I thought, financial planner who likes to work with business owners and a business attorney. I typed up an email. Lonnie, you're in this group. This is what I know about you, and I know you do this with wine. Rick, I know you live in San Ramon. You like wine. I'm introducing you because one's a financial advisor for business owners. One's an attorney for business owners. You both like wine. They meet. They create their own wine together. The financial planner had a client doing a big business deal. He brought Lonnie in. Lonnie made $50,000 because I heard them both mention wine. That's networking. I introduced Lonnie to Rick. Lonnie made $50,000. What did I get? Zero. I got nothing. And I'm good with that because the karma I built, you could not buy. Okay. Back to this slide real quick. If you're not asking yourself these questions, you'll never find an opportunity to help your clients and your power partners. You've got to get out of your head and think about the other people at all times. And then the business will eventually come. I can't tell you when, but the business will eventually come more than you can handle. So ideas for introducing your client to a power partner, power partners to each other, however you're doing an introduction, ideas would be you put them both in a CC line. In the subject line, you put both of their names, and in the body, you put the description. I can help you write all these emails. I can help you write all of your introduction emails, whether you want to meet power partners or how you introduce people to each other, or when you meet somebody networking event, how to do approach scripts. That's all in my course. I can help you with all of that. Or you can do a 3-way phone call introduction, which I've done hundreds of times. Or you can arrange a 3-way lunch, or for now, arrange a 3-way virtual meeting. Or Jen Lee, my favorite bankruptcy attorney. Hopefully she's going to see this. I'm going to send her a link and let her know I mentioned her in here. So Jen went through my course, and then Jen's possibly the smartest human being I've ever met. And she called me a networking genius, which made me fall on the floor. She took this idea and she was able to parlay it into making her business much more successful. Okay. That was to get all of her clients and maybe not her clients. She's a bankruptcy attorney, not her clients. Take that back. Her power partners, financial planners, CPAs, and put them all in a room and then facilitate an opportunity for them to meet each other. So I also call that as a shortcut, because instead of doing one-on-one introductions, power partner to power partner, you can bring them all together at your home. It's hard to do that at your home, but you could do it outdoors, or you can do it on a Zoom where you're bringing your power partners together so they can meet each other. Hopefully some of these ideas are going, whoa, that's a good idea. Hopefully if you get one idea out of this, it was worth the time. Professional networkers, they don't look for clients. And I'll say it as long as I'm working. Don't look for clients. Don't look for clients. Don't look for clients. Don't ever look for clients under any circumstance. And those of you, again, who do live streaming, sometimes when you have 3 lights aiming at you, you get a glare in your glasses, and I'm cleaning my glasses. And back to it. Don't look for clients. Find people who already have your client. We're going to get into that now. And I'm going to say it again. I'm looking directly at the camera. Don't spend 1 minute of your life looking for clients ever. Don't lead generate. Meet people who already have your client. Teach them how to send you clients. You teach them how to send you clients. They teach you how to send clients back. You teach each other how to send each other clients. Rick, but I don't have any clients. Rick, I'm fresh out of the business. Then you refer spheres of influence to spheres of influence. And we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you a graphic of what that looks like. One of the major advantages of being highly networked is the more referrals you have coming to you without effort means you can spend more time on customer service and less time on business development. The average self-employed person spends 15 to 25 hours a week looking for business. Once your referral-based practice is built and you're fielding referrals coming in, referrals are coming to you and you're not looking for business, which is how you can be in the pretty cool position I'm in to only have to work about 15 hours a week. Now, I do work more than that because I'm creating content. I'm learning how to do StreamYard and all these other things. I'm learning this. And Mary, thank you very much. Mary, I just put your comment on the screen for everybody to say thank you very much. Anybody watching this, if you want to comment, feel free. Thank you very much. I want you to get in a position where so many referrals are coming in. Number one, you're firing clients. There's nothing better in the world than firing a client. Okay, the 80-20 rule is this. 80% of your money is made by the top 20% of your clients. 80% of your time is wasted by the bottom 20%. Fire clients. Fire them. And you cannot be firing clients if you only have 2 or 3. If you have referrals coming in constantly, you can be very, very picky. I'm going to answer another question real quick by showing it on the screen. Any cases replay in case he makes it to the beach tomorrow? Well, if he's at the beach, he's not watching this. And Abe, if you're on here, then you didn't make it to the beach. This is going to be all over Facebook. The recording optimized will be on my YouTube channel probably next week. And if you're watching it live, it's on right now. All right. Now, we're going to get into power partnering. This is key to your referral life. This is how you build your referral network. After you have a good elevator speech, after you teach people how to send you referrals, after you know how to pre-screen, after you know how to communicate, after you take your ego hat off, and after you understand it's about them and not you. The definition of what a power partner is: someone who sells to, serves, and consults the exact same person you do. They just don't sell what you sell. Another way it can be said is, if you're a financial planner, why would you look for a client when estate planning attorneys and CPAs have all you can handle, and many others? Why would you door knock or cold call people when you could door knock or cold call CPAs? So Fred, for you, if I was starting out fresh, and I'll go a little deeper on this, I'd find every CPA in the county, and I would teach you word for word what to say to get them to meet with you. And I'd build my network with every CPA. We're going to get into it, but I wouldn't cold call looking for people who have money. I would cold call and door knock people who already have my client. That's power partnering. But we're going to go much deeper, because what I just said is going to be foreign to some people who've never heard of power partner. You may have heard of collaborative partner, COI, which is a circle of influence, POI, purse of influence, B2B, business to business partner, channel partner, whatever you want to call it. If those of you that came from corporate and then you became self-employed, you know the term channel partner. Channel partner doesn't work when we're talking about person to person. It's called a power partner. That's the term in professional networking. It's introducing two people to each other so they can collaborate and so they can serve each other's clients. Some of the advantages of what power partnering can do for your life is you can find customers, because if you're a financial planner, a CPA sending you clients, you're getting clients. You can refer. You're meeting with a client, Fred. Now, I inherited money years ago. I had estate planning attorney, financial planner, CPA, all that good stuff. If you have a client who's inheriting money, you better have 3 or 4 CPAs, 3 or 4 estate planning attorneys, 3 or 4 mortgage lenders, real estate agents, and here's the reason why you need to have at least 3 or 4, because personality issues, you send one over and the person stands the other person up. Also languages. You have people that speak Tagalog, Hindi, Spanish. I don't know all the languages. I don't want to offend anybody if I don't name your language, but you need to have multiple power partners who speak multiple languages, especially if you're in the Bay Area. Korean, just all the different dialects, Chinese, Tagalog. You got to have a lot of different power partners that speak different languages so you can serve your clients better. You can receive power partners. You can introduce power partners to each other. You can find a job. You attain clients. It's not even close. By far at the lowest cost of time and money. You can find better and higher paying clients, because remember, when you lead generate, you're commoditized. First question out of the mouth is how much, how much, how much? When if I'm a financial planner and a CPA sends me a client, the last question they're going to ask me is, how much do I charge? They were referred to me by their trusted resource. Other benefits: power partnering can get you to the decision maker. It helps you spend more time servicing your clients, less time looking for business. The goal is to find a solution to a problem and find a person who can solve it. So power partnering is by far, there's nothing even close, the single most important concept you must master in order to build a referral-based practice. So I always tell people, you have no choice but to become a professional networker unless you enjoy cold calling or you can afford to pay lots of money for advertising and have the time to field all of those leads, set the appointments, and know you're going to have a lot of stand-ups and a lot of no-shows. It doesn't happen very often when you build a referral-based practice if you do it right. So let's talk now. Fred, samurai sword, whoosh, I just cut you in half. And on one side, you have clients. I'm going to go like this because I've been giving you all kinds of visual. Like I went whoosh, and you guys can't even see me because I didn't have. I had it. I had the full screen. Now we're gonna go partial screen now. So whoosh with a samurai sword, Fred. So on the left hand side we have clients. Okay. Now you have past clients, current clients, Future clients, that's who's going to send you business. Those are individuals who are going to send you business, hopefully. If you teach them how, if you have a good elevator speech, if you fire the reticular activating system, if you don't know what that is, you better contact me right here. You better contact me at the email address right there and get the elevator speech training if you don't know what the reticular activating system is. So that's one half of your life, is getting clients and providing resources to your clients from your clients. The other side of your life, Fred, is power partners. And we're going to go deep into that coming up right now. Power partners are spheres of influence. You should be introducing them to clients and other power partners, and hopefully power partners are introducing you to clients and power partners. That's the goal. So I have 2 courses, everybody. So one's called One Referral Away Essentials course. That's 12 parts, 8 or 10 hours long. The other one's called One Referral Away Mastery, 6 modules, about 5 hours long. That's all about power partnering. And then I do one-on-one coaching if you want to know more. Email addresses on the bottom of the screen. Power partnering. Constantly look for sales, and you always look for sales. So what that means is constantly door knock, constantly cold call. It will never, ever stop. You will do that until you retire. And if you're a real estate agent door knocking, good luck doing that in the snow or the rain. Well, I just don't go out and door knock in the snow or rain. Then here's your business. You have a good month, then you have no money. So I was talking to somebody that had an $80,000 month, and then it had a 0 month. So technically they had two $40,000 months. They didn't have an $80,000, but they had two $40,000 months. When it's 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. And the only way that can happen is you're not turning off your networking. You're always networking. Business is good. I don't need to network. Oh no, business is going down. Let me network. Well, the time frame for my networking groups, if I turned my networking off and then turned it on, I could get a member for the group and get paid in 2 weeks. In real estate, turn your fountain off, and it could be 3 or 4 months before you get paid because of how long the sales cycle is. And I don't know exactly how long your sales cycle is for you, those of you that are watching, but to actually get a check in the mail is somewhere between 2 weeks and 5 months is my guess. So every day you turn your network off is one day in the future you are not going to get paid. So don't ever turn it off. Sit back, relax, create relationships, and build a career. Now, I want to talk to you no matter who you are, wherever you are in business. I want to ask you how many. So I'm going to give you, where'd my pen go? Here it is. Here's my pen. I'm going to yank a sticky note, pen and sticky note. You're going to need more than this, hopefully. But if I gave you a piece of paper and a pen and I left the room, I want to know how many power partners you could name. How many different industries could you name? Answer that in your mind right now, or write it down if you're taking notes. Next question is, how many have you met with and work with consistently? How many have you met work with consistently? Rick, I've had 50 coffee meetings. Awesome. And then what'd you do after that? I had the coffee and I'm waiting for business. Then you haven't had any coffee meetings. And how many Zoom coffee or go-to meeting per week are you having? I already said it. You should be having 5. Now, when you turn that off or turn it down, I don't know the income potential in your business, but financial planners, real estate, insurance, mortgage, you're making $300,000 or $400,000 a year at the absolute minimum before you go from 5 to 1 or 2. I'm not going to water this down. I make way more than that. And I'm still to do business building, I'm doing 2 or 3 a month. And that's mostly with only power partners. Now, I want to talk about this networking mastery, the levels of mastery scale here to give you an idea of where you should be. Before I show you the description or the numbers, I want to explain the actual pyramid itself. So if you look at the bottom now, 4 core industries. Let me explain industries real quick for you. Real estate, mortgage, financial planner, insurance agents. That's my specialty. But I have some others. Chiropractors, dentists, small business owners who maybe came out of corporate and they learned a whole bunch in corporate. They don't know anything about business development. Those are the types of people. Now, I want you to think about your industry, whatever industry you are in, and put it in the bottom under novice. Now, that's not you per se. Let me explain what it is. The width is all your competitors. So if you're a financial planner, you're all right there. And let me tell you, Fred, 95% of all of your competitors, hey, it came back. You're there, Fred.
I am.
Hey. So I'm gonna keep you up there as long as it's not locked up, but I'm gonna meet you out, okay? So everybody can see handsome Fred. So down here, Fred, now I get to look at you and look at the camera, and all right, as long as it's not locked up, I'm gonna keep you there, big boy. Now down here, Fred, this is 500 financial. This is every financial planner in the Tri-Valley, okay? This is all of them. And as you get better and better and better, and I'm going to show you what better and better means in power partnering, you get up here, Fred, that's about 2 or 3 financial planners in the whole Tri-Valley are even going to even be able to touch you on any level when it comes to networking. I got to get everybody I meet with from here to here. But let's talk a little bit. Let's describe this a little bit so we know what the hell we're talking about, okay? So, Fred, you haven't been in business that long, so I don't expect you to be above competent. It'd be mathematically impossible for you to only been in business a year or two and to be up there yet, okay? So I'm going to go on the assumption. Let's say you opened up your practice last week. You're not going to have a lot of referrals. You're going to be spending a lot of time looking for business, and your income's not where you want it to be. And if you're watching this, it's probably not where you want it to be. Now, if you make $1 million a year, congratulations. I bet I could get you to 2 by using these if you're not using them. So you don't have a lot of referrals. All your competitors are going after these same power partners. I'm going to get into what these mean. But right now, this is on the bottom here, Fred. This is 500 financial planners of 500 fishing poles in a barrel with 20 CPAs. There's going to be 480 financial planners aren't going to get a bite. So what we need to do is we need to move our way up the scale. So all your competitors are looking for the people that are these numbers, which I'm going to show you shortly. Now, when you get up to competent, you're starting to separate yourself. Proficient, you can start teaching other people power partnering. You get up here, you've had minimum. Now, this is minimum. If you do 5 a week in a year and a half, you've had 400. That's not that many. I've had over 6,000, maybe 7,000 by now. My wife, Marcella's probably had 5,000 coffee meetings. So when you look at the income, it's a mathematical. It's just mathematics. It's pure mathematics. And by the way, everyone I've ever coached one-on-one, I look at their income and I look at how many power partners they can name and how many they work with consistently. The more power partners they can name and the more power partners they can meet with consistently, the higher their income. There's only one barometer I have that's proof of how much people make, and that's how many power partners can name and how many they meet with. And not only how many they can meet with, are you introducing them to the people in your networking group? Are you introducing the people in your networking group to those people? Are you introducing your power partners to your power partners, even if they're not in your networking group? But it's not just introducing them, it's proper introductions with tons of information and why you think they should meet. And then when you get up here, you're one of the best known people in your industry. So Fred, you're up in Walnut Creek or Lafayette. So you want to be the best known financial planner. You have a ton of coffee meetings. When we say coffee meetings, we are not talking about with potential clients. We're talking about with spheres of influence. We're going to get precise here and talk about exact industries here shortly. I just want to keep the numbers going. I asked you guys back here, let's back up right there. How many power partners can you name? Now, these numbers coincide with the pyramid. I sit down with most financial planners. Financial planners go, great power partners are insurance agents, bankers, and CPAs. I've coached hundreds of financial planners, thousands of real estate agents, say mortgage lenders, financial planners, bankers, and CPAs. Insurance, mortgage, real estate, financial planners. Those 4 all have the same 4 power partners. They're each other, and that's all they name. So, Fred, if I can get you up to where you can name 5, you just jump the level. If you can name 15, if you can name 30 different industries, if you can name 50, if you can name 100, my wife Marcella can name 163. That was as of I counted it 5 years ago. She might be up to 200 by now. So we help people invest in land, and she has 163 different power partners. So you're a real estate agent or insurance agent, you say, I can only name 6. you got to start thinking more. It's called networking, not net lazy. Networking, not net lazy. And it's also not called wait by the phone and wait for the phone to ring. You got to get out there and you got to get it done. So if you can name 0 to 4, everybody can. You can name 5, it's 90%. 15, you're running away from the pack. If you can name 30, you're already. And here's the thing, Fred, out of 500 financial planners in the Tri-Valley, and you're in the top 30%, it's probably you're in the top. If you can name 30, realistically, there's probably 10 out of those 500 that can do it. I'm being very conservative here. If you can name 50 or 100, there's no one can touch you. If you can name 100 power partners, Fred, and all your competitors could only name 4 or 5, then you have 95 people. There's 95 barrels of water lined up with a fish in there, and you got the only pole because they don't even know what industries, because they didn't spend the time thinking about it. I'm going to give you ideas of what you should be looking for, okay? So step by step to build your referral-based practice regarding power partnering. Now, you got to build it. You got to teach people how to send you referrals, individuals, your clients, complete strangers, and power partners. It's a multifold thing. So that's why I said this is a blueprint. I'm laying out all the different things you got to do. My courses take it deep. I can't do that because then I wouldn't be able to sell anything. I'd be giving you everything and I'd be sitting here for 20 hours, 25 hours. I'm not doing that. Okay, determine who your perfect client is first. That comes from elevator speech training. So again, on the bottom, if you don't have my elevator speech training, you got to get that. That'll help you to determine who your perfect client is. Then you got to ask yourself questions, and we'll go over some of them. Then you use the power partner wheel, which not a lot of people have ever seen. And then we got to make a list. So, Fred, I see you looking down once in a while. So if you're taking notes, and you're going to get a recording of this. Hey, while I'm talking about Fred, watch this. I'm going to do something for Fred right here. Watch this. Look at that. There's Fred's contact information. So it's Fred Steingraf, Edward Jones. There's his phone number. I'm going to let that go by twice. Free pub. So if any of you out there want a personalized training like this that I can broadcast all over to create content for my course and ultimately to get coaching clients and sell my courses too, then either put a comment in the comment section or email me directly. And if it's an industry that I can help, then I'll do it. I can't do it for everybody. Okay. All right. So what does your client, so Fred, we're gonna figure out who your power partners are. I can't. You're figure your client is first. All right. So number one, who's your client? What do they look like? What's their personal avatar? Now I have software that people, if you want me to do avatar training with you, it's something else I can offer. It's a whole giant piece of software we fill out, and it kicks out to the letter what your client looks like. But some of the ideas are if they have $2,000 under their mattress and they're unemployed, may not be the best client for you as a financial planner or an insurance agent or a real estate agent or a mortgage lender. So we need to know what they look like. If I paint a picture for Fred wants a married couple. One of them owns a business. They have $150,000 liquid, and they got a baby on the way. I'm thinking, oh boy, I got investments on life insurance. I got a lot I can do. I see Fred's head going up and down. I don't know if you noticed that when I said it. Fred's doing this because I'm firing his reticular activating system. Fred's going to go like this when I say, hey, Fred, do you want somebody with $500 under the mattress? No, Fred can't pay the rent on that freaking building he's in. So if Fred was to meet every power partner he ever met and said, hey, a good client for me is anybody who needs a financial planner, then you're going to have 1,000 coffee meetings and you're going to be lonely. You're not going to have any clients. We got to get precise on what you're looking for. So you need to paint a picture of what a perfect client looks like for you. What's their avatar? Again, that's a side thing I can help you guys with if you need help with knowing exactly who your client is. Once you figure that out, then we can move on. What's their net worth? Now, if the introduction's coming from Fred, a mortgage lender or a real estate agent, a CPA or a banker, they intimately know these people's finances. Now, they may not be able to just by a code of ethics. A CPA really can't call you on the phone. I got a client with $500,000 ready to go. But Fred, you could say things like, to really be able to service them, they need to have at least $50,000 in cash. Do they have at least that much? The CPA might say something like, which in my world of land investing, it's 25,000. If they have less than, I can help them. So I'll say, do they have at least 25,000? Sometimes they're not quite there yet. Okay, as soon as they are, let's do the introduction. Or they might go, 25 grand. He makes that every other day. Perfect. Let me send you my form. Answer these questions. Let's party. Okay. But if you don't tell them that, you're going to get crappy referrals and you're going to say networking doesn't work. I've been in business for this long. I don't have any referrals. It's your fault. It's your fault. You're not doing the right things. Okay. So what investable funds do they have? What's their situation? Inheritance, bonus check, new job, marriage, baby, blah, blah, blah. Now, every single one of these gets us to different power partners. Now, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit right here. And 99% of all people who watch trainings like this don't last past 6 or 7 minutes, which is a shame because what I'm going to show you right here will easily make you $1 million if you're in one of those 4 industries. It's easy. Just marriage. If I'm a mortgage lender, a real estate agent, a financial planner, insurance agent, those 4. If someone's getting married, is it possible that they both own homes, they're going to sell them, and they're going to buy their own home? That, ladies and gentlemen, mathematically is 3 sales. Okay? Fred, if they're getting married, it's possible maybe they're going to open up new accounts and start their own investment account together. If they got a baby coming, college funds, but there's a lot of opportunity there. Now, I'm going to talk to you just about marriage. When I ask a financial planner, what's your top power part? Banker, mortgage lender, insurance agent. Fred, I'm going to hide you until you come back. I don't even think I can. There you are. You went away for a second. I can't hear you, but I see you talking. So let's talk about marriage. So you talk to a financial planner. The financial planner says best power parts: mortgage lender, estate planning attorney, CPA. Wow. So remember the fishing pole? That's what they're all going after, Fred. Here's the key of all keys, and you didn't pay for this. You need to buy me 10 cases of cigars for this. So if under marriage, okay, is it possible, Fred, if 2 people got married that they might need your services? Is it possible? Perfect. All right. So does an estate planning attorney or a banker know about that? No. So guess what? I'm a financial planner. I'm going to network with wedding photographers. I'm going to network with limo drivers. I'm going to network with event planners. I'm going to network with bakers. I'm going to try to get my business card on the display case in a bakery, on the display case where ladies go in to get their dress designed, where men go in to get their suits, limo drivers, on and on and on. Now, most of you watching this can't, quote unquote, pay referral fees. Let me darn sure guarantee one thing you can do. Fred, if a wedding planner, or let's say a bakery for fun, you got your business card on the counter of a bakery. Let's just use that for fun. And you get a phone call. I got your card at XYZ Bakery and I'm getting married. And I need a prenup too, but I got to talk to a financial planner. Fred, you could go into that bakery and buy 10 dozen cupcakes, right? So are you compensating them for that referral? Yeah, you are, even though you can't pay a referral fee. I bet you if the owner of that bakery liked a certain kind of wine, I bet you could drive down to Bevmo and give him a bottle of wine. I bet you could. I know you can. It's called a marketing consulting fee. It's not called a referral fee. Anybody can pay a marketing consulting fee. Fred Over is talking to you. I'm more important. Tell him to go. I'm kidding. I'm watching you, watching the camera, watching the slides, watching StreamYard, watching the banner. ADD helps in this business, guys. So that's just marriage. And I gave you 4 or 5. So if you had 4, now you have 10. And we could go a lot deeper on marriage and divorce and baby and job and bonus check, inheritance and moving, new job. It's endless. So who has your current client? We're going to look at these things, their net worth, their investable funds, and what's going on in our life. And then we're going to ask them this question. Who has them? That's going to help us determine who our power partners are. Who has these people? All right. Very few people have ever seen this. This is something I held closely for a long time. And I did my best, Fred. I didn't go crazy, but I did my best to kind of personalize this to financial planners, though this stuff works for the 4 core industries that I've named a million times. So, Fred, that's you on the top. Okay. Financial planner. And then let's look at a situation here. If they're buying a home, for instance, it's a money. So, Fred, this is what you deal with, right? Bankers deal with this, CPAs and financial planners. Anytime there's a money movement, there might be something said like, yeah, I have barely enough for this home. I got to invest more, or I got get ready to put my kids through college. But those conversations happen with other people besides the financial planner. We got to think about that. So we got property casualty insurance agent, CPA, banker. These are all the typical ones: estate planning attorney, real estate agent, mortgage, and on and on. So what we do is when we go back here and we look at this list, we look at this one is money. And you ask them, who knows about their money? And you just keep asking over and over and over. So what we would do with this one is we'd put money right here. We think of every single person that deals with money. Now, Fred, with this or with this, with this or with this, would you like to have some business owners as clients? Would you like to then, when you please them, maybe they start referring all their employees to you? Okay. So back here, inheritance, it's money. Money, 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 money. Every single industry you could think of for money. Now, most people think about people. Now we got to back up, Fred. Got to back up. Put money here for business owner. That's a whole different list. Human resources consultant, business coach, payroll, group health insurance, money, 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 business owner, money, 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 money. Just keep going and going. Commercial real estate, go, 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 go. Just ask over and over. What else? What else? What else? What else? Then we go back here. We go if they're getting a bonus check. That's still money. New job, Fred, recruiter, staffing. Meet every staffing person in Walnut Creek. Marriage, we already worked on that. Divorce, that is just as a point of interest to you guys or information. Divorce attorneys like to be called family law attorneys. Okay. New baby, on and on. Now, this is all for individuals. This says personal situation. If they're a business owner, they're expanding, they're downsizing. And also on personal situations, back to it real quick. They got kids between 2 and 10. They're freaking out about college. So then you have college planners. So I already got you up to 2025 power partners just for when I've named off this little, just from playing here. If we go back here, then we put business owner, business coach, technology person, commercial real estate, commercial furniture, fire alarms, space planning, architect, human resources consultant. Sometimes I'll look at a building and just work my way down the building, space planner, all these different things. And we talk about the money, group health, like I said, payroll, on and on and on. This could keep you pretty busy. Now, the whole goal with this, all of this, you come up with your power partners, and I can go hours and hours and hours on this. This is the core of it. This is what we want to look at here, Fred. If you want to have success in a networking group or just success in your business, okay, so let's say, where are you? You're right here. You're a financial planner. So you're in these 3 here. Now, what these are, Fred, these are different cities. So, Fred, do you now or in the future, do you think you're going to have some clients in San Francisco? Do you think you have some in Oakland? Do you think you have some in Walnut Creek? Pleasanton? Maybe some in San Jose. I bet if it was a guy that just went public, you'd take a client in San Jose, even if you had to drive, right? So guess what? If you drive to San Jose, right here, this where it says your industry, just put city here. It should say city. And you're a financial planner. Do you think the real estate agent over here in Walnut Creek wants to work with a guy in Silicon Valley, or do you think you should have a real estate agent in Silicon Valley? So if you have a client in Silicon Valley as a financial planner, you need to be able to provide him attorneys, insurance agents, real estate agents in that city. So this is San Jose. This is your network in San Francisco. This is your network. Let's use the whole Tri-Valley, Walnut Creek to Pleasanton, which is a subset of so many cities. You need to have 3 or 4 of these just for the Tri-Valley. You have 20 of these for the Bay Area. But let's just look at 3. So here you are in Walnut Creek. And even though this is you, I just made it general. This should say city again. So you have a client here. They introduce you to their brother in San Jose. And you're talking to him, and he's thinking about buying a home. Well, the real estate agent in Walnut Creek is nowhere near as qualified as the real estate agent in San Jose. But you might have a really good mortgage lender here, and the city doesn't matter. So the whole goal is what we've talked about for the last hour, and then introduce your power partners to your power partners. Introduce your real estate agent here to your mortgage lender here. You're a financial planner. Meet people in other cities. Business attorneys, introduce them to CPAs in San Jose. And you start introducing your network to your network, your networking group to your network. This way, your networking group this way, your networking group that way, your power partners this way. And all of a sudden, let me, this is the number one secret to building your referral-based practice, Fred. When you introduce a mortgage lender to a real estate agent and they do business because of that introduction, then if you're having the proper kind of coffee meeting and you're firing the reticular activating system, and especially have the quotes like I do on the back of my card, and people know what you do and know what you're looking for, then who's the only financial planner they're going to think of? So a lot of times people go, Rick, I don't have any business to refer. If you're in my networking group, don't ever refer business to me. If you do, awesome. But for my land investing business, mortgage, introduce me to mortgage lenders. You need to figure out what it is for you. Now, 90% of your business is going to come from, if you had 10, 90% of your business is going to come from the top 4. But those bottom ones, Fred, are going to be where all your competition is. And over time, it's going to start to level out. And there's going to be an industry that you never thought of that's going to bring you so much business, and you didn't think of it because you can only name 4. So this is what you need to do. Introduce people to people. Now, some final thoughts. You didn't know you're getting this, a fire hose. It's a lot. So ask yourself, how many coffee meetings do you have per week? Are you introducing those people to members of the group? Forget about referring clients. Introduce power partners to power partners. Are you introducing them to each other? Now, Fred, little self-promotion here, and then I'm going to put your contact information up again. So guys, I do this for a living. One-on-one coaching with people like you. If you're watching this, it's people just like you. I have 2 different courses on networking. One's 12 modules, one's 6 modules. I do one-on-one coaching. I'll be more than happy to help you. This is a very small list of what I can help you do. Primarily helping you with your elevator speech, coffee meetings on how to build your referral-based practice. I'm not going to go into great detail here. If you want more information, my email is on the bottom of the screen. I provide one-on-one coaching. I have the courses, blah, blah, blah. I can help you write your scripts, help you create your avatar, all that good stuff. If you're desired to make more money without cold calling or chasing leads, then feel free to text or email me. That's me, Rick Silva. That's my personal phone number. Please text. Do not call me. Text me. That's my personal line directly to me. That's my email address. Fred, we're going to do this. Put your information. I'm going to unmute you. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, this was great. Really,
Good.
really helpful.
So thank you very much for emailing me saying you needed some help, and I hope this helped. And for all of you that are watching this, I hope it helped you. Have a great day. Fred's info is on the bottom. If you want me to do one of these for you, and I think I can help you, email me and maybe I'll do one of these for you too. Thanks, Fred. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.